What's that word you use?
Spoilers.
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 Spoilers. Spoilers. Spoilers.
I like that word.
I thought you might.
Hello everyone and welcome to Review Who, and today we will be delving into the mental mysteriousness of the Sensorites. The Sensorites was actually the last classic Doctor Who DVD, at least before Power of the Daleks was released, that I bought to complete my classic collection. And as such, I've only ever watched it the once when I bought it. So for me, re-watching it for this review was very much like seeing it again for the first time. And I have to say, whilst re-watching it did bring some of the excitement similar to seeing a brand new story for the first time, it was only through re-watching it that I realised why I probably haven't watched it more often. The Sensorites once again makes a return to the six-parter, and unfortunately I think this is one of its biggest downfalls. The pacing of the story itself feels more like a four-parter that has been dragged out into a six-parter. Although there are plot elements that grab the audience, such as Ian dying of illness,
there is no hope. Your friend is dying.
It feels like there is a lot more backing and forthing between the two than there needs to be. However, for all of its faults, one of the best standout moments in dialogue is a scene in episode 6 where we get our first glimpse into the Doctor and Susan's home planet of Gallifrey.
At night the sky is a burnt orange, and the leaves on the trees are bright silver.
Susan's description of Gallifrey would later form the basis for the 10th Doctor's description of the planet in the Series 3 penultimate episode, The Sound of the Drums. As previously mentioned, there are some terrific tense scenes in this story. However, the constant switching between the sides means it often feels like there is more talking than actual action. That being said, I think if any particular moments of action stand out to me, it is the particularly sinister scenes with the Sensorites themselves. Again, whilst by the horror of today's standards it would be seen as incredibly tame and one would hardly call it horror at all. However, the combination of music, acting by those on screen, and the general setup of these scenes certainly makes them very tense and no doubt quite frightening when they were first broadcast. A particularly relevant scene showing this comes at the end of episode 1. At some point everyone has that uneasy feeling of being watched, or the idea that when you look out of a window into the darkness, something might be looking back in at you.
I can sense them all around us now.
Shh.
The scene plays very well to both of those common fears, and it means the very first time we get to see the Sensorites in full view, it is a truly sinister experience. Russell T Davies has made reference that the Sensorites were in fact a big influence in the original design concept of the Ood. According to some unconfirmed sources, the Ood were originally supposed to be either a primitive or evolved form of Sensorite. It was later revealed in the story of the same name that the planet of the Ood, aka the Ood Sphere, is located in the same star system as the Sense Sphere seen in the Sensorites.
The Ood Sphere. I've been to this solar system before, years ago, close to the planet Sense Sphere.
So it's possible that perhaps there is still some relation between the two that has yet to be revealed. If there's anything I could say about this story, then for me, it is the first Doctor Who story with truly great potential that was sadly never realised on screen. Whilst it does have some good scenes and moments, if I was to rank all of the classic stories, the Sensorites would certainly be one that was in the lower end of the ranking. Rather like the Edge of Destruction, if you're planning to watch all of the classic Doctor Who stories, then it's certainly one to watch, but if you're just looking for stories with major significance to the history of the show, then this is probably one that you could give a miss. And that brings to a close another Review Who. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favourite, subscribe, share, it really helps me a lot, and be sure to check out the description below for a link to my Patreon. There is an exclusive webcomic, and there are also rewards for people who support it, including this very Skaro Dalek model here. So be sure that you check out the description below for a link to that, because it will really help me out a lot if you would support it. I salute you all, and I will see you in another video very soon.